I really need to start decorating this living room already. It's taken so long to do, but I'm living pretty much in another room. Don't spend a lot of time here. I'm always at the stadium or the training facility trying to work out ways to improve the squad. We've gone through January, we've had some business, but I do see myself being at Forfar for at least another little bit of time, because I'm really enjoying it here. The board's great with me, the fans love me, the players love me, and to be honest, the club's just a good club and not in general. Hello my friends and welcome to episode 12 of The Wanderer. Today we've got two games, the first of which is going to be Albion Rovers, the second will be Stranraer, both at home. We've not had a whole lot of wins on camera, so I thought two home games. You know, we lost to Albion Rovers on camera earlier in the season if I remember correctly. I think it was quite early on, yeah, we lost 2-0. And then we done Montrose, where we lost, be about here somewhere, there it is, 4-2 in the Scottish Cup. What a shambles that was, by the way. So the only one we've got on camera right now, from memory, I'm trying to look. Yeah, and we lost to Arbroath as well, so we lost 3 out of 4 on camera. The last one that we were done was at Johnston, which was the first game we had. Since the Montrose game though, form's been good. We beat East Fife 1-0 through Jordan Critchley. We then beat Albion Rovers 4-2 through a Ross Millen penalty. Sorry, 2 Ross Millen penalties, Gary Wood and Anton Brady. We lost 3-2 to Stranraer. Critchley and Millen scoring for us with a penalty for Millen again. And a late winner for them, unfortunately, ended all hope of that game. We then drew 2-2 against Dumbarton, Ryan Bapty and Anton Brady on the score sheet, Kyle Pryor and Stuart Carswell scoring for them. Then beat Brecon 1-0, again Jordan Critchley. What a signing on loan he's been. And then we finally beat Arbroath. We went to their place at Gayfield Park and we won 6-2. Ross Millen got the ball rolling, Gary Wood with a hat-trick, Mark Miller and Anton Brady all on the score sheet. We then beat lost to Ray 3-2, a 95th minute own goal. So you're going to let me click on this to show you this own goal, by the way. What a way to lose a game. And if we won this game, I was right in thinking at this point we'd have been joint top of the league. So obviously we weren't winning it. We had a late recovery through Connor Murray, who is a new signing, I'll let you see him, and Jordan Allen, who came off the bench. But what a way this is to lose a game, by the way. So they've got a goal kick, plays it out to the right back, launches upfield, our defence just falls asleep for a minute. Pat Scullion had been giving us a nightmare. He shoots, it's going how far off target, and it ends up in the back of the net. It's so frustrating. We then lost 3-2 to Clyde. They had a 15-minute spell just before half time where they just wiped the floor with us during that period. They scored an absolute stunning free kick and then 2 crosses. I was very, very disappointed to lose this game, to be honest. We absolutely battered them and we deserved more from it. We just didn't cope with that 15-minute spell very well. We then beat Airdrie 3-2. What a game this was. This was against Airdrie, who at the time were top of the league. Jordan Critchley, Mark Scott and Luca Gasparotto, another new signing who I will let you see in just a minute on the score sheet. And then we had a friendly against Dundee United, but ignore that. And then we played East Fife, who were bottom of the league. We're 1-0 up. I was trying to just stay out the game, but to be honest, the second half, they just found this extra view at Bayview. I've never seen a team play so polar opposite first half to second half. We should have been 4 or 5 up at half time. And second half, they really could have won it 4 or 5-1. It was just such chalk and cheese from both teams, but it was wave after wave of attack from them. So that leaves us third in the league behind Rafe and Airdrie. Point between them, we're 3 points ahead of Brecon and Stranraer, who are a point ahead of Albion Rovers. This is sort of the teams that are challenging us for the playoff spot that we're playing today as well, so it's a good sort of feeler this episode. So transfer wise, we did make a few signings. As you see, I've spent about 15k in my budget. So let's have a look. Where did we go? So we brought in Connor Murray for free from Queen of the South. That was a sort of agreed deal a while ago. He's a right winger. We're going to try and bring him back. He's going to offer competition for Mark Scott. I think it's going to be really close once he's readapted to the position. But his passing of 4 does have a lot of concern for me. We then brought in Jake Thompson. He was also released by Queen of the South. And and he was sort of, we needed a backup defender. I really wasn't happy with Scott Ross. I couldn't sell him though, unfortunately, but I just wanted to bring someone in that was going to be a better sort of secondary backup, and Jake Thompson fit the bill perfectly, paying a bit more wage than what I would like though. Luca Gasparotto comes on loan for 1.5k a month. Tried to get him on a pre-contract. I actually had a deal to sign him done, but it involved Falkirk paying part of his wages, which restricted us to the deal only being allowed to go to the end of his current contract, which was the end of this season. He wanted a 2-year deal. I wanted to give him, sorry, an 18-month deal. I wanted to give him an 18-month deal, but he wouldn't let me do it. But other than that, it was a done deal. I literally was going to offer him every term that he wanted. He's not the quickest, fairly slow off the mark, but in the air, Luca Gasparotto is an absolute monster. 6'2", 16 jump and reach, 15 heading, 10 determination, 13 strength. Not the most aggressive either, which I like in a centre back. I mean, he's not going to get sent off too often. 11 positioning, 11 tackling, 12 work rates, 15 teamwork. You know, he's a very, very solid player for this level. So we had a done deal for him, but now, as you can see, he's not interested in coming to the club permanently. Callum McFadden, only signed him because you get that news article that says this team's linked with this team player, this team's linked with that player. I always scout every single person that's linked with a player in my linked with a team in my division, regardless of where they are in the division. And I can't remember who he was linked with. It wasn't us. Sorry, rather offered him a trial because I didn't want to scout him. He was in England, I think, at his last club, so he's still based in England. Yeah, as you see, Guiseley played 25 games there last season for Guiseley, and basically came in. I was like, this guy's good, and he's taken that left wing spot. That caused issues with Mark Scott. Mark Scott had been moved onto the left temporarily with what's his name, Connor Murray coming in. He thought he was getting replaced, but he's still on the team. He's going to play on the right again, and we're going to rotate him and Connor Murray. But Callum McFadden is a very, very good player for this level. We brought Chris O'Neill in. He's our big money signing. 8k rising to 10k as a right back. Given that Ross Millen was one of our best players when we came in, to get a player that improved that position, I thought was quite an interesting proposition. It was 2k up front, 6 more k over the next 3 years, which should be very manageable. We're in very good financial states, but I was trying to leave money back in case other players came up, and then another 2k if he plays 50 games. So we're wanting 9k. I was trying to just get that reduced, and this was the way the deal sort of came out. So we've saved 1,000 on the basis he doesn't play 50 games basically, but it's also resolute personality. Let me see if I can shoot anyone. Nobody can be sure, so never mind. And then we brought Callum Waters in from Kilmarnock on deadline day. I left fullback, and again, Kennedy, so I've been in and out of the team, but was one of our best players when we came in. He's came in from Kilmarnock. He was unhappy, and initially I spotted him on the transfer list about a week or two before the window shut, but by the time I scouted him, it was going to be one more day. It was going to be the day after the window shut rather, so I was like, right, do you know what, looking at him, I'm going to take the gamble. 1.5k, his wages are a bit bigger than what I'd liked for a gamble, but it's worked out really well. You know, he's now our best left back quite comfortably. Can play left mid as well as our second best left mid. So as you see, it's quite an improvement on Michael Kennedy. If we just go in comparison on them, compare and Michael Kennedy. You know, he's not as good defensively, but he's more physical, better speed. Not quite as good at going forward, but more technically gifted as well. And from memory, they're both the same age. Yeah, they are. So that's irrelevant. But I've got a lot of hope for this kid. His crossing's actually really good, so you know, if he gets forward and gets a cross in, it's going to be handy. So I'm just going to bring Bapti out for McFadden. He's been a bit tired, just trying to get him up to match fitness, to be honest, and struggling. And he keeps getting. I went in. I'll show you just now. I've set up friendlies for the youth team for the rest of the season, and he keeps getting, because accidentally he's obviously set to. It's not match fit, and I just set all to play, and he keeps getting played in the youth team, and that's costing him fitness, which is meaning he's not playing in the first team. So hopefully now we can get him back into the first team. So I expect nothing but a win against Albion Rovers here. They're 34 points if I remember correctly. We're on 38, so they can't leapfrog us, but if they win today and then we lose to Stranraer, or even draw to Stranraer, I think they can. So it's an important episode for us today in terms of staying in the playoffs. which at the Rafe game I would have said, oh, we're going to make it a freeway battle for the title. But that's really not been the case. We've fallen off a little bit, which isn't really surprising. We were expected to avoid relegation. In fact, we're getting quite a lot of media plaudits. I've got all the players in the dressing room back me completely. We've lost Dylan Easton, obviously, injury. He is coming back now, but he's not fit enough yet. I'm going to let him have a couple of games in the youth team first. Comes into Critchley. Oh, we've got a penalty. I'm not convinced that was a penalty, you know. But I'm going to take it every day of the week. So Mark Miller will take this because Ross Millen's not on the pitch. And I think also the benefit at Forfar as well, when I came in, they'd lost a lot of players, which is why they wanted to avoid relegation, but they kept a lot of the key players, I think. As Mark Miller slots it home. Get in, son. Good assist. Good goal there from Mark Miller. There's a penalty, but, you know, don't really care. Penalties are penalties. Shields plays out to McLean. Fisher. Back to Shields. King, always done McKellar, but did that touch anyone? We're going to have to deal with it. Mark Miller will take the penalty because you can't get rid of that. Must be a very broken feature. McFadden away. Stevenson launches forward, but to nobody in the end. Sort of delayed it, and nobody went to help him, really. And eventually it's just, right, I'm getting out of here. Which is fair enough. So we're on 41 points now, which is 3 behind Airdrie. They must be losing. Let's have a look at latest scores. So Airdrie losing. Yep, they're playing Rafe, so that's actually quite handy for us in terms of catching teams above. Just going to give them a concentrate, just try and see out the half. Not actually been paying attention. Gary Woods picked up a knock there. While I was looking at the scores there, I was not paying attention at all. Which isn't really the most logical thing to do. We're getting shots on goal, but they're not too much of a regular threat, and that has got rid of the Mark Miller issue. Hopefully that will continue to be dealt with. So, 7 shots, 5 on target, 6 shots, 4 on target, and we've had 2 highlights, and one of them was a nothing highlight. So, it's probably not been the best game. I'm just going to say I'm happy with the performance so far. We're going to bring off Gary Wood for Brady, because he's the only guy that can play up top. He can do the target man role in extent. I played him in there a couple of times alongside Critchley. Certainly not his best role, but Critchley is just far too good. That was more of a foul than the penalty, I thought, but never mind. It's irrelevant. I'm going to have to bring off McFadden as well, and it'll be Ryan Baptist that's going to come on for him. Where is he? There he is. He's tiring. We need to get him up to match fitness. The other player that I always have to bring off really is Mark Miller. Don't know why. I'm assuming his fitness or stamina is low, but he always seems to tire in games. Comes away and King on the counter attack for Albion Rovers here. Stevenson, our attacking playmaker, backup one at that, steps in. Play forward. Bapty. Critchley. Always got tackled, but gets it back. And Anton Brady. What a finish, son. What a finish. Just takes a touch and it hits it from 20 yards. Absolutely beautiful. Might actually bring Mark Scott off instead and give him a little breather. Let you see Connor Murray in action. Our boy from Queen of the South. Comes out Clark. Oh, he's done his man. O'Neill. I was going to say what a challenge by O'Neill, and then the ref blew and I'm like, oh no. But it was an offside, so it was irrelevant anyway in both instances. Looks like Airdrie and Rafe are drawing, which is good for us catching up with them. Bowles with a free kick. Deflects off the wall, comes away. Reed picks up. We've got nobody in that area, but it's cleared away, and Water's going to pick up comfortably. Launched away. Ryan Stevenson. Plays it forward to Jordan Critchley. He's got a man inside. It's Anton Brady. Oh, the keeper's had an air there. And then he freezes it, he gets back up. In slow motion, but it's 3-0. Critchley and Brady linking up again. As I said, if I could get them both to work in the same team, I'd absolutely love it, but there's just nobody that I've got that can do that. Rafe 2-1 up against Airdrie now. They've got another injury. They've had 2 injuries in this game. That's been a bit unlucky on them, but it's only 2 subs they've made. Just going to give a concentrate, try and keep the clean sheet now. That's an off-the-ball foul, surely ref. But he's played advantage, it did say it down the bottom. Bapty plays it into Ryan Stevenson. Is the advantage going to come to anything? Critchley. Comes into the box. That's a brilliant ball from Critchley. 3 assists from Critchley in the second half. Absolutely love this kid. There's no way we're ever going to be able to keep him on a Munster Sundays unless we get promoted, in which case I think we could maybe get him on loan again. But, you know, I'd build my team around that guy if I could right now. Waters forward to Mark Miller. Keep going to call him Mike Miller. Ryan Stevenson plays it forward for Bapty, but it's full time. 4-0 here, and a very nice victory. Well done. We've got Stranraer up next. I will skip ahead to that and I'll see you in just a second. So there's one change from the side that beat Albion Rovers. Dylan Easton returns. He's just about match fit. Not quite there yet, but he's closing in on it. The only change the rest of the team is the exact same. They've won 3 of their last 5, so it's not going to be an easy game. I'm going to go if I expect a win anyway, because we're pushing for that promotion place, you know. And we're quite comfortably in the playoffs from memory. It's not going to show us though until obviously the kickoff highlight goes past, because I forgot to look at the league table before I came in. Never really look at the league table, I try and focus elsewhere. So yeah, we're 3 points ahead of Stranraer and Brecon just now, and comfortably ahead of Albion Rovers now. So McFadden on the ball. Dylan Easton, good to have him back in the team. Jordan Critchley, oh, he's ghosted past his man, but that's an awful effort from the Ormond Rangers man. I promise a lot of these guys I'm going to get promoted next season as well. Maybe not the wisest thing to do. But you know, if we're competing for playoffs this year, there's no reason why I don't think we can go on and get promotion next year. So looking at Airdrie, looking at Brecon, looking at Stranraer, all these teams, you know, we're only maybe a couple of signings away. I thought that was in the back of the net there from really competing with them. We'll make that change. McKellar heads on. Easton flicks it on again. Critchley. Just get it to him. Chris McFadden. He's tried to play a funky pass there, but Mark Miller will, and he finds Gary Wood, but straight at McDowell. Was just looking at Jordan Critchley's stats between games as well. 11 goals, 8 assists in 23 games. For a guy that we've not paid a penny for, that is good business. You know, it's not really a surprise that Anton Brady, who was the guy who was like, he might actually be the first straight striker above Critchley, is struggling to get into the game, to get game time rather. Not sure on that one from Gary Wood, intercepted by the fullback. McCallum heads down to Turner. McCallum again. Brings it away. Mark Murray obviously been told to ease off on tackles by our assistant Bob Malcolm. So didn't really go in for a challenge there, as McFadden and Gary Wood both looking dead. Gary Wood's injury was only a couple of days, so it wasn't a bad one. I meant to give them a bit of encouragement after about 20 minutes. I always give that encouragement now, but I've completely forgot to do it here. I was thinking it was only 5 minutes into the game, to be honest with you. I shouldn't laugh at myself for that, but if you don't laugh, you'll go insane. So, you've been unlucky so far, I'll go with that. Defence, you aren't bad, but I've got faith. I'm not getting a response. Come on, guys. Somebody give me something. Thank you, Gary. McFadden, Miller, and Gary Wood all knackered. So I'm going to bring Richie on. Ease off on tackles can now be taken off. And start the second half. So Dean Richie on for Mark Miller as a half-time sub. Don't think I'll make that much difference, to be honest. Richie's a solid player. That's a good ball in. Casper Otto wins out the back post. Easton's away. It's good ball for Jordan Critchley. His touch is decent, but he's not been able to take it away from the defender. He plays it back for Waters. Back into Jordan Critchley. Oh, I thought he was selfish and tried to chip the keeper and skied it. And it comes down perfectly for Mort Scott to hit it into the back of the net. Well, what an assist. I was literally so frustrated. We've gone second in the league with that because Airdrie must be losing. I'm just going to check that while this is on pause because I don't want to lose anything. So Airdrie losing again. Losing 3-1 to Brecon. That's a great result for us. You know, it brings Brecon into this fight. But we're putting a breathing space between ourselves and Stranraer and Albion Rovers. And so having that little gap to Brecon. But leapfrogging Airdrie into second as well in goal difference. Richie back to Waters. Back to Dean Ritchie, and it goes Jordan Critchley, just about gets there. Does enough. Unselfishly plays it to Easton, who shoots into an army of yellow shirts. Gate brings it away. McKellen, get a challenge in. Oh no, they're in behind here. That's a goal every day of the week. And from what should have been a goal, we had so many players in that. They've counter-attacked us and got a goal. McKellar just lost his man there. I'm going to make a change. We're going to bring on Brady for Wood. We will bring McFadden off. I'm going to give him another 10 minutes. Just try and get him some match fitness. Gallagher plays it. Hamill. Caught by Mark McCallum well. Strange highlight if it ends there. It is indeed a strange highlight that ends there. But, oh no, we're straight into another one. And that's a foul off the ball. The guy's already booked. So, a foul on Gary Wood from a player that was booked. We're there down to 10. I'm going to encourage him now. And we're going to bring off McFadden now for Bapty. I like having Bapty on the bench because he covers two positions against the other lads that don't. And the other thing we're going to do is go wide and control. Just to take advantage of that extra man. Ritchie plays it forward for Chris McFadden. McFadden rather. I don't know how to pronounce that. Critchley. Oh, I don't think that was the right pass. But can he get back in? And Anton Brady's there off the bench again, scoring goals. You know, this is why I said I would love for Critchley and Brady to be able to play together more consistently. But Brady isn't quite good enough in that. Yeah, I'll proceed with the tactical changes after the goal. The only other thing I'm going to do though is get McCallum to slow his pace down. It's just a simple little change, but just waste some time. With 20 minutes to go, it's always worth that. I think Critchley's pass, I would have gone to Brady first myself. But, you know, I'm not complaining when we get a goal. Dylan Easton whips it in. Gasparotto was a monster in there, but that's just over the bar. Ah, oh so close. Scott launches forward. Brady is sleeping though, but he is chasing. Gate picks up in the midfield. Turner. McCallum. It's over the ball for McCluskey. Oh my dear God. Gasparotto falls asleep. McCluskey's got the pace to get him behind. I'm going to demand more. Quickly. Okay. You're going to let me get a push forward in here as well? No, you're not. McDowell launches forward. Waters the only man there. Bapty. It's a decent ball. It's in behind. Critchley, can he square it? Brady. Off the bench. 2 goals again for Anton Brady. An assist this time for Critchley rather than a key pass. Great bit of play. Lovely ball from Waters. O'Neill throws it into Gasparotto. Back to O'Neill. Turns out we had a guy called Chris O'Neill that was in our youth team as well. I had to release him. It only cost us £20 to release because I kept getting messages about him. I'm like, why is he allowed to get tutored? I was getting so confused. So I released the guy. He only had 1.5 star potential. So it's Anton Brady, hat-trick off the bench. Not quite. Good save from the keeper. So I released him. It cost me £20 to do. But it meant I wasn't getting muddled up with 2 players. One that's a key player and one's a guy that's literally set to not needed and I'm trying to sell. That's under contract till 2022. Waters. Played over the top for Critchley. Neil was intercepted there though. McDowell. Can we hold on for this last 3 minutes? Don't let them get another chance. It's over the top again. McKellar away. Easton flicks on. Brady, the man with the 2 goals. Plays it over to Mark Scott. It's poor from Scott there. Try to find Critchley, but was nowhere near him. McCluskey's got to... McCallum, sorry, has got to be offside here. Are you serious, Ray? That is miles offside. Players aren't complaining, so I'm guessing it might have been onside then, but looked offside to me. Poor corner there from Easton. Comes out to Ritchie. Back in for Bapty. How have we not won this game? They've hit us on the counter 3 times really, and you can't be doing that. But it's been from our poor passes that they've had the counters. It's a decent ball in, but nobody there in blue. At least we got that on camera win against Albion Rovers. And this has been one hell of a game. Ritchie with a great challenge. O'Neill. brings it away, squares it for back. It's going to be full time before we get another chance here, I think. Dick picks up O'Neill. Gate to Turner. Full time. 93rd minute equaliser. We just couldn't keep our noses in front. We would get in front, they would peg us back. We'd get in front, they'd peg us back. 2 assists for Critchley. 2 goals for McCallum, both 9.0s. He's obviously got the 2 goals, so he gets man of the match. 8.6 for... How do you have an 8.6 and a 9.0 up top? McKellar had a howler in the defence. Now with a 6.2, and that has really cost us this game, to be honest, and potentially being second in the league, and having a gap out of the playoffs as well. But you know, I'd have taken 4 points from these 2 games. We've got Dumbarton up next, should be winning that, although my record against the smaller teams is pretty abysmal. If we could beat the smaller teams, we'd be top of the league. It's literally, it's that simple. I think that's only our second draw of the season this year as well, I think. Also, what do you think of the double game episode rather? Let me know in the comments down below. Quite happy to experiment with this. So we're a point ahead of Brechin, 2 points behind Airdrie, and 3 points ahead of Stranraer. So really, that 93rd minute goals cost us a lot there, because we'd be on 44 points ahead on goal difference, 3 points ahead of Brechin, and then 6 ahead of Stranraer. Sorry, maybe 7 actually, which would give us a lot of breathing space. So, schedule. What I'll do is I'll play Dumbarton and Brechin off camera, and Rafe. Debating coming back for Rafe, but we're going to come back for Arbroath for the Angus Derby, and we'll come back and we'll play Knock It Out's Clyde. Knock It Out's another YouTuber. He's got another Journeyman series. He started with Clyde. He's in his second season, also in League 1 with Clyde. He got them promoted. Go check him out. And then the last episode will be Stranraer and Brechin for the last couple of games of the season, which will let us know if we've got playoffs or automatic promotion, or if we miss out in the playoffs. But you know, form's been good. We've not lost in 5, as much as it's only 9 points out of 5, out of a possible 15. Still good. We've won 2 and drawn 2 in 5. I'm looking at this friendly and thinking it's a league game. So that's going to leave the league table like this. And on that, I'm going to end this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.